See when we're live yet. Takes a second.
No worries.
Okay, looks like we are. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Saunders. I'm here today with an interview for our new voice piano teacher here at Dynamic Music Studios, and she's in my studio. It's kind of weird, like looking at someone else in my studio space, but it's cool. So, and I guess you're not really new to DMS because Rebecca's kind of been teaching, under me a little bit the last couple years, and she covered my maternity leave in summer 22, and my students really enjoyed working with her. So, but she's going to be opening up to a few more students on Thursday evenings and virtually. So, go ahead and say hello, Rebecca.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
And yeah, Rebecca worked with me at Kirkwood, and then I kind of snapped her up after she went off to Iowa, and so we're really happy to have her here with us. So we'll just kind of jump in, and if anyone has questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. And like I said, Rebecca is doing voice, kind of like what I would say, like beginner to intermediate is kind of what you work with, and then piano, beginner level piano.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, and so let's just get started. Can you tell me a little bit, this is about musical background, how did you get started in music and singing? This actually is kind of fun for me because I don't know all of this.
Yeah, I guess music has always been something I've been interested in. My mom talks about how I was singing like as soon as I could talk. I started taking piano lessons at age 6, and I think from there it was just, obsession. So did orchestra in middle and high school, choir in high school, and I've just been hooked.
Awesome. What do you play in orchestra?
Violin.
Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't know that. Awesome. And let's see, where did you go to school? So I know you've kind of been all over, but you can maybe give us a little quick.
So I started at Idaho State University. I was studying vocal performance there. And then I got married to an Iowan. So I moved here. And so I went to Kirkwood Community College and studied under you. And then I finished up at University of Iowa, where I just graduated this spring.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's nice to be done with school for a little bit. And I guess this is kind of similar to like when you got started, but did you kind of always know that you wanted to be a musician or study music in school?
I think I always wanted to do it professionally. I was trying to be pragmatic, and I was like, I don't know if I can have a career performing or anything. So I was going to try and be something else, but I think I just love it too much. And it's teaching really works for me. So I really love it. And I'm glad that I picked this.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and she does. You've got a beautiful voice, nice coloratura, soprano. So tell us a little bit about your studio. How long have you been teaching? Because you've done piano lessons even longer, but tell me a little bit about your teaching background.
So I started teaching piano lessons in high school, just very beginner stuff. And I dabbled a little bit in trying to teach voice lessons, but I'm glad that I waited till I was a bit more trained to really get into it. So I took a break, obviously, for school and things like that. And I started teaching voice 2 years ago with Dynamic Music Studios. I think it was summer of 2021 that I started. So, and I've been sort of with the studio under you ever since. So,
yeah, awesome. And what would you say is your teaching philosophy, if you have one? I know that's kind of like a, what do I say, buzzword, but what would you say is your teaching philosophy?
So I guess I think the most important things for me as a teacher is I really want to help students build and strengthen their music skills and their technique, but also to find a lot of joy and love for music as well. I feel like you can't have one without the other in a healthy studio. So that is just so important to me. It's just cultivating both of those things and helping music students soar.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. And how do you like to structure your lessons? I don't know, you might want to say a little bit about voice versus piano, but can you give us like a little general overview?
Yeah, so as far as voice goes, we start with warm-ups and some like technique exercises. Then we'll spend a few minutes going over music theory or sight singing. And then we usually work the rest of the time on repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
For piano lessons, there's a book series I really enjoy by Nancy and Randall Faber. I think it's called Piano Adventures.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I know I've heard some of those. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're great. Just really structured with, technique, artistry, learning new things, theory. So I just follow the book and guide students as needed with that. So
Awesome. Okay, let's see. We already kind of talked a little bit about what your students work on. So you said like literature, musical theater, or music literacy, repertoire, all of that kind of stuff. So that kind of covers that. But what's one of your favorite skills to teach?
I love teaching sight singing. It's something that I think is a really important skill. And it's something I really love working with my students on. And I know it can be a scary it's very vulnerable, to try to sight sing something. So it's something I like to help students develop in a safe way.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I always say like, that was something I struggled with. So I want my students to like not be too scared of it and learn that the younger you learn it, like when they're little, they're not as like scared to
it's not as
or worried about it. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, okay. Or, but yeah, for some reason as they get older, it gets more like, oh, I made a mistake, so yeah, but you just have to do it. It's just a skill you just have to keep doing to build that ear. So what kind of lesson offerings then do you offer? Like length of lessons, all that?
So for voice lessons, I do one-on-one lessons. I have 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and an hour that I offer. For piano, because I'm sticking to beginner, just going to stick with 30 minutes for now.
Awesome. And let's see, what would you say is your studio culture and what are some accomplishments that you maybe would want to highlight?
So I really try and foster a really encouraging, safe environment. I want my students to feel like they can make mistakes and it's okay. And it's a safe place to explore your voice. So I really try and make sure there's an encouraging atmosphere and culture to my studio. As far as accomplishments, I have a couple students that are really involved in community performances, musical theater. I have a student that did Seussical the Musical and Frozen Junior recently. So there's a lot of involvement in the community.
Yeah, it's nice to have that. We have such great opportunities in this area for that. So
it's a great area.
yeah, very supportive of the arts. So it's nice for a music studio.
Yes, definitely.
So how do you say you balance like being your home life and your teaching and your music, making?
It's kind of a tricky balance to find sometimes. I'm the primary caregiver at my home with my daughter, so finding that balance can be hard. But I am grateful that my husband is able to cover for me, I guess, while I'm gone. And so we really focus on just being a team and helping each other so that I can teach and he can work and our daughter is cared for. And I'm really grateful to him for helping me find that balance.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. And yeah, you also offer, you're teaching in person on Thursdays, but you also can do virtual lessons. So that's a nice way to balance. Yeah, as long as, sometimes I know my daughters are like, mommy, they want you if you're at home, but it's still a nice option, to have.
Yes, definitely.
What are some of your hobbies outside of music?
I'm a big bookworm. I have been just burning through audiobooks this year. I also love playing board games and video games with family members. And I love going on walks with my husband.
Nice. And this is a beautiful weather for it right now. Any special music related projects you're working on at the moment?
So I actually accompany the children's group for my church, and we have a music program coming up in October that I'm really excited about. So that's most fun lately.
Okay, awesome. Let me see here. I haven't checked if there's any questions. We'll see if anyone's said anything quickly, but people are welcome to leave any comments or questions. I don't see anything at the moment. In the chat or in the comment section, and we will happily add that in. I will put our email in there. I'm still working on getting Rebecca up on our studio website for more information about that. Maybe one more thing, like what's been one of your favorite musical, what I would say, endeavors, like, you know, like recitals or performances or anything like that? What's been one of your favorites?
When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to play Mabel in Pirates of Penzance, and that was just a blast. That was so much fun.
Oh, that's perfect for you. Yeah. Okay, fun. And that's such a fun show. So awesome.
It
okay.
is.
Well, Rebecca's has some teaching to do here soon, and we're really excited to have her. So again, beginner piano, beginner intermediate voice, and she's in person on Thursdays there at DMS. Otherwise, she has, what days are you available for virtual options?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, for virtual options. So let us know if you're interested in that, and we're so happy to have you.
All right, thanks. Happy to be here.
Yep. Let me see.